I did mediumship in a house, somebody's house. She invited me to come in. That's what she wanted. It was her husband's birthday, and he was in spirit, and she felt that the connection would be better in her home. And I don't know if that's a rule of thumb, because I tell everybody it's not a rule of thumb. But I'll tell you what, that was one of the most lucid sessions I've ever had. I mean, I swear, as soon as I walked into the room, she wasn't in there. She told me to go into a certain room, and I did. Got chills up and down my body, and he started to talk to me right off the bat. And it was extremely lucid, extremely detailed session. So I guess the jury's still out on whether it's better in person or not. But I can tell you this, in his home, this man's home, that was one of the clearest sessions I've ever had. As a matter of fact, before we started the session, I heard the dog's name, which the dog was alive. It was, the cutest dog in the world. Turned right on his back, let me rub his stomach while his paws were up. He was the cutest thing in the world. And I heard the name Rusty, or an R name. And of course, the dog's name was Reggie, not Rusty, but Reggie. It was a very interesting session. So the jury is still out. Maybe I'll keep asking everybody as to go along what they think today. But the question of the day, or the discussion point of the day, is whether or not it is better in person to do mediumship, and particularly in the home of the deceased. That'd be an interesting question. I also want to say that Susie B is manning the lines in the background, and she has a show here on Blog Talk Radio at, I believe it's 3:30. Let me just go to her for a second. Susie, I can't stay too long with you, love, but is your show at 3:30, honey? Susie? Okay, she stepped away for a moment. I believe it's 3:30 here on Blog Talk Radio, and the show, she will do regular life readings. The name of her show is Law of Attraction for Love. So if you're wanting a question about... Hi, honey. So if you want to, it's at 3:30, right? Okay, wonderful. So if anybody's waiting... Thank you, honey. So if anybody's waiting that or listening that wants a life question answered, just go right to Law of Attraction for Love here on Blog Talk Radio. Okay, I'm going to open up the line to Sherelle. Hey, Sherelle, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You know, this show is only for mediumship, and I've brought in your grandma a few times. I don't want to bring her in anymore, as it's not right to do that. Is there someone else in spirit that you'd like to speak with?
No, whoever you bring in, it's okay. Have a good day.
Okay. Okay, sweetheart. I can't do you while you're working, and I can't just bring in someone unless you're calling because you're grieving a loss. So I'm going to put you back on hold, honey, because mediumship can't work that way. I don't mean to be curt, but it cannot go that way. I hear you're working and you're not concentrating. And anybody listening, I'm going to put you back on hold. Anybody listening, you have to have a loss. It's not for entertainment purposes, although a lot of people will say it is for entertainment purposes. If you just don't care to have somebody come in or not, or it's just for fun, it's not going to work that way. And also, you need to be focused. Okay, you could be doing something else. So, Sherelle, come back to you in a little while, and we'll see what's going on your end if I don't have anybody else there. But I can't work with you if you're working on something else. Okay, going to Kelsey. Hey, Kelsey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. I didn't have a lot of time to waste because this is only a 30-minute show. So we're working on mediumship today.
Yes.
Okay. It's a funny noise in the background. I do feel a female to you in spirit, a mother figure. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see if she wants to present or how she wants to go about it. I do see silver hair to this person. In other words, she must have lived long enough to have gotten some kind of white or graying into the hair. It also seems like there's a bit of, a bit of texture and or waviness to the hair. So I see that, and it looks like the way she's showing it to me right now is if it's pulled off the face. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay, loving person, loving soul. There's something kind of interesting about her visage, or the vision she's giving me about herself. The first thing is, and I don't know how to interpret this just yet, but I'm sure it will have some significance, but behind her head are Mickey Mouse ears. Okay, so that might mean that she liked to go. Does that have any sense to you? Does that make any sense to you at all?
Yes, it does.
Okay, she shows me Mickey Mouse ears. She also has She has a lovely expression, good-natured expression in her eyes, and her face is more on the oval side. Lips are full. Bridge of the nose narrow, nostrils a bit flared, very good-natured look in her face. I'll just say it in her eyes, like almost a little twinkle in her eyes. She's saying hello. Thank you very much. She seems to have a slender build from what I can see, and more on the taller side. Do you understand? Slender and taller for this person? Okay, good. Kind heart, very giving, loving, nurturing. Is so happy that she has a chance to speak with you, Kelsey, this afternoon, and gives you big hugs and kisses. And oh my goodness, all these beautiful hearts floating all around her. Yum, 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 yum. She says, I'm okay here in spirit. She says, don't you worry about a thing. Let me just see what else she wants to say. See, what I do is I get a visual in the beginning, and then I have to try to switch to more vocal kind of hearing. Let's just see what she wants to say. She says, I miss you so much. She says, you think that you're not going to miss, that I don't miss you. I know you miss me. She says, but you think I don't miss you because I can come in. She says, I can come in from time to time. I do see you. Actually, she shows me herself looking at you, and you're sitting at a desk studying. It looks like there's a light on, so it's in the evening. So whatever, you must be doing something that has to do with sitting at a desk and doing something, writing, or something with a light or lamp over you. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. She says that's going to get you far in life. She's very happy that you're doing this to get ahead. She says Spirit is with you on your path, wanting you to get ahead. And she's very, very happy that you're following through on this, because there was a time I think you were thinking of giving it all up. And I think it has something to do with her and her own illness or sickness as she transitioned to spirit. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay, she says, I know I was a grave distraction for you, taking you off your path. She wants to apologize to you for that. She says, but she's glad that you finally got everything cleared out of your system and you were able to focus and concentrate again on your work and getting ahead. It seems like there's something in what you're doing. It looks like school or education, but it looks like it's biology and or technical in nature. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And she says you're going to help a lot of people with that. She's so thrilled with everything you're doing, Kelsey. I'm going to stop for a moment and see what you want to say or ask or do, honey.
Well, this one's actually because it was my mother that passed away, and my dad, he has no time to ever call in to speak with my mom, and there's something that I guess he wanted to hear from her.
Okay, let's see.
He wouldn't tell me directly. He wanted it to come from her.
Okay. Well, let me just, there's something going on her chest area and breathing and lungs. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of breath all the time. Problem with her lungs. Let me see if she wants to volunteer that. They don't always do that, honey, because it's a receptive thing, but let's see if he'll say something. He knows what I'm thinking. He knows what I want. All right, well, wait a second here. He knows what I'm thinking. He knows what I want. He doesn't need to ask you or me or anyone else. He already knows. And she also says that he should not ask for validation like this. It goes against the grain for her. And she actually gets a little annoyed in a way, because it's almost like, of course I exist. Why are you asking me this? And I still haven't gotten to hear what it is. All I know is that she's saying that he already knows the answer to the question. So, all right, that's fine. He's just trying to get validation, Mom. You don't need to get so annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. I can see that there's something about, well, the first thing is I feel something in the stomach area going on with her body, and I don't know what. It's almost as if there's nausea, and I have no idea how this relates or if it does relate. I just will give you what I'm getting. In her stomach, right? In her stomach area, particularly the upper intestine, there's a feeling of nausea and all upset in her stomach area. Then she switches to. You understand that? Okay. Then she switches. Okay, good. Then she switches to a man, like as if it's your father or some man like that, who's on his hands and knees and putting up his ring into her face, almost like asking for her hand in marriage. So maybe there's something about love to do with this, or the way he asked for a hand in marriage. I have no idea why she would show me this or what it means, okay? I'm going to let her meander about a little more. Kelsey. Just one second. I miss you very much also. There's an L name or something like a Lyle or an L name, something like that. And there's also an R name. I have no idea who that is, like a Roland. That Roland and Lyle are popping into my head. And probably not your father's name. It could be anybody's name around the situation. Let me see if I can get her to give me anything else with Dad. Just that I miss him very much. There's something that he's wanting to do, and it has the word new next to it. Either a new car or a new house or a new something. And that's new house. Okay. So she's bringing that up. And I think that he wants to know if it's okay or what she thinks of that. So she's bringing that up. Does that validate it for you, please?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so Mom comes in very, very clearly, sweetheart, more so than many other souls that are out there. And she sends you her love. She sends love to her other children. There seem to be other children in the family. If they're not yours, if they're not siblings to you, then they feel like younger children in the family, maybe nieces or nephews to you. Because
my children.
Your children. She says hello to the children. And she says you're going to do really well. It feels like the health field that you're trying to get into with the study, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, she says you're going to do really, really well. And she's so very, very proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. God bless. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, as I want to remind everybody that you can enter a contest to win a free reading. Just go to spiritmediumlaura.com, and on the upper right section of the web page, you'll see, or if you're on a mobile device, it would just be down the material a bit, down the page a bit. You'll see an opportunity to join my mailing list. I'd love to have you on my mailing list, and you'll be in the contest to win. I'm going to go to, can't really get that name, Shruti, it looks like. Hold on. Hello, did I get your name correctly, love? Did I get that name? Shruti. Yes. Okay, wonderful.
Thank you, Laura.
Oh, sure. Thank you for calling in. It's my honor and my pleasure to be here with you today. Now, I'm trying to pull in somebody from Spirit for you. As you know, today's all about mediumship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I could always say mother or father figure. We all have grandparents at the very least, and I did check those energies. I don't sense them popping forward, but I actually feel there's somebody, a boy or a son or perhaps a brother or something, but somebody that's male that feels either peer or a little younger to you in spirit. Who does that resonate for you, sweetheart? Is that someone that you're wanting to speak with? Okay. Then the other person I'm getting, then is a mother figure for you. Do you understand mother in spirit, please? Okay. So we'll go with out of all of them, that I feel one in particular does step forward. And that male that feels like younger to you could be your own son, or it could be, okay. So they're just feeling it. He's alive. That's fine. Let's go to the mother there.
I've never had it.
Oh, so you have a brother then? Is that it? Okay, her son. Okay, good. Let's continue then. Okay. Hold on one second, please, while I get that clarified connection.
Thank you.
Okay, so whoever this is wearing glasses. And she feels very kind, energy very sweet, but I'm seeing a variety of different images. I still haven't honed in on one thing here. This looks like a grandmother type or older in age. You already mentioned that you do have a grandma in spirit. She has fuller lips. She has hair that's gotten whiter with age. So she shows me her hair, getting whiter with age. It shows it to me in a whiter or gray tones to the hair. It looks like she's wearing a hat in the particular image. The hair is pulled back or it's shorter off the face, but there's also a set of curls right under the brow of the hat on the forehead area. She's got a little bit of roundness in the cheek area. I can't see the top as much, of course, because I've got the bangs there that are curled and the hat. And as I mentioned already,
Yeah, it's probably mom, my grandma and my mom.
Okay. And that she's wearing glasses. She's also laughing a little bit. She's very sweet, melodic kind of laugh. Her body as she presents is not fat, but not real thin. She's carrying a little bit of extra weight, just a little bit of extra weight. And then she's got her shoulders rounded a bit. Maybe with age or whatever, but she doesn't have real square shoulders the way she shows to me. She's wearing a sweater and it's over a dress that has it looks like a cotton kind of polyester kind of thing. It's like it's not a knit dress. It's a dress that's got a flatter kind of material. There's a floral print on it, and yeah, she's just trying to show me herself as something she might have worn. Sweater over a dress. Seems to be a little collar to the dress. She's very sweet. Fuller bust line. Okay, let's see what else. I see the brother under you. I mean, I see your brother. I have that sense. Okay, what else does she want to show me? I love you very much. She says, I'm so glad that you asked me to come in. She's got a sweet laugh. Why don't you show me a few other things, please, Grandma, so that your lovely Shirti will know it's you. Okay, I feel that there's some heart issues or cardiovascular issues that goes with this lovely woman. Let me see what else I can get there. I didn't feel well for some time. I was out of breath a lot. Hard for me to get around. I did have some circulation issues, she said, but that wasn't all of it. There were other health issues as well that held me down for quite a while. And towards the end of my life, she says, I was unable to get out a lot, even out of my bed. I was sort of homebound. Something about meals going along with, there were meals brought to her or people trying to help her. Do you understand being more homebound and even in bed towards the end of her life, please? There were people bringing in food for her. She loves you very much for all the help you provided, Shirti. She says, but mostly it was your mother that helped because you were busy with your own thing, your own work and everything. But she's so delighted that you called her in. There's some kind of food there that she's showing me. It looks. I don't know what your ancestry is, but I will say that I do see. It looks like it reminds me of an Indian food. Uh, oh, okay, perfect. And it looks like I just had some of that. I was on a cruise last week and it was dark. It was like a brownish color. It had potatoes in it, a nice sauce, dari or durmi. I can't get the name of it, but I see her eating some Indian food, loving every morsel of it. I think she was vegetarian. You understand, please? Okay. She love. She says even with the vegetarian, she says weren't able to keep ourselves healthy forever. She laughs a little bit. She says you're so under. She says you, Shirti, are so understanding of me and all I went through. You were very sympathetic and kind to me. You listened to me when others wouldn't listen to me, about my heart, about the aches in my body, about my pains. She says, I want to thank you for that because other people didn't want to hear it, but you would sit there patiently listening to me to finish. She says, don't think that those acts of kindness went unnoticed by me and even by God. She says, you've helped me so much in my transition by just being there for me. So she wants to thank you for that. Do you understand, please?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Now I feel that because she's not saying that much, I feel there's something you want to ask, sweetheart. So go ahead and ask whatever that is.
Good question. Right before Halloween, so that was the night of 29th, midnight,
Mm-hmm.
through the 30th, day of 30th. I started seeing sparkles. It's almost like, fireworks sparkling,
Oh,
light happening, right, at the corner of my left eye and, going diagonal.
yeah. Okay, let's see what she says. Yeah. So what I'd like her to do is provide a little extra evidence if she can. In other words, you've given me a lot of information, but she has to provide the information to make sure the validation is there. Okay, so let's go to Grandma. Okay, what do you want to? Can you say anything about that? She says, I was on your left shoulder for sure at that time. She says,
Oh.
I was on your left shoulder for sure at that time, watching a spectacle with you. We both watched it together, but it was not me. It was spirit saying hello to you from the other side. Now, what do you mean by that, Grandma? 'Cause she's channeling, literally channeling through me. What do you mean by that, honey? She says, I was sending the light to you, but I was also watching it at the same time, and I was watching you like it at the same time. She says, I was trying out something new that I just learned how to do. But she says something about left side of your body. So that might mean that you saw it on the left, or does left have any significance to you? Okay, because that would be the more on your left side. Okay, good. So she's on your left side of your body, and she's sending out these lights and these sparkles and everything. And there was something else that appeared a moment ago. Let me see if I can regain that. Something about seemed like an animal. Hold on. Do you have a dog? Oh, you have a cat. Okay, because it's
Well, I've got several cats that I've been feeding, and one of them has been coming inside the house.
okay.
He stayed for a while and then goes away. He was actually like he was up with me.
That's what I was going to say. Did the
During the day also, yeah.
Okay, good. So that would be further validation that she was showing me. I thought it was a dog, it was a cat. Actually, this is pretty rough. This is a male cat, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was seeing it also. So that was further validation for you, and she was trying to show me that. Okay, so there you go, my sweet. There's your validation.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
So much.
Thank you, honey.
You're wonderful. Take care.
Thank you, honey. Bye bye. Okay, I'm going to go to another caller. We have about 5 minutes left. Thank you, Claudia, for joining my mailing list and joining in. I want to say to everybody, if you join my mailing list, if you're listening, you will be in a contest to win a free session with me of 30 minutes on the phone or Skype. Hello, Claudia. How are you? Hi. Oh, okay, good. Oh, I forgot to say something. I didn't say what my website was, so please forgive me, darling. My website to join the mailing list is spiritmediumlaura.com, and on the upper right there, you'll see the form. If you're looking at me through a mobile device, it'll be down. Scroll down a bit. Spiritmediumlaura.com. Okay, Claudia. Let's see what we got for you, my dear. And so, as you know, this is mediumship only, correct, sweetheart? You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see who we get for my dear Claudia. You are an open person. I don't know why they're telling me this instead of bringing in the soul for you. Open person to change. You're very open-minded. They're telling me these things. I'm going to go with it because it's coming, and you're very open-minded to change and new ideas, and it's a sense of not being raised that way. So this is all kind of like something you've taken up as you've moved forward in your own life. You're a very healing sword also, and you're trying to heal many different people on many different levels, and your work is very important, Spirit says, to the world at large. And that's your message. I didn't mean to give you that, but it has to be delivered if it's there. So I'm still trying to You're welcome, love. I'm still trying to find somebody in spirit. I get a little wisp of this person, a little wisp of that person. Mostly I felt a father figure to you before. Are you, let me see it. Let me just do it this way, honey. Are you wanting someone in particular?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me who that person is, please.
Father
Okay.
or grandfather.
Okay, father. Okay, good. Thank you. Because that was the most significant. There are other types there, but I do hear father. Okay. The first thing I'm getting is difficulty breathing. I can hardly breathe myself. He's trying to communicate with me that way. He's out of breath. He's showing me himself. Okay, now he's giving me a vision. There's something interesting about him. I don't see his face completely. What I see is a man who's hidden behind a camera, almost like he's taking a camera or doing some kind of filmmaking. So that might have something to do with your father. I have no idea. Okay. He says, I had a good eye for details. Okay. You have to show me who you are, sir. He says, I had a. Okay. He says, I had almost microscopic vision about things, people, activities in life, and you too, my dear daughter, Claudia, we are here. He says, but I also was creative and artistic, and I was very well rounded. He says, one might call me a Renaissance man. He says, you have a lot of my talent. You're very similar to me in many ways. He says, don't let that get you crazy. He says, try to focus on one thing. He says, you're coming up to a new time in your life right now where things are going to be changing quite cataclysmically for you. I have to give you what I'm getting. I know it's a little different than the other ones, but I do have to give you what I'm getting, Claudia. Okay, he says, yeah. He says things are going to be like the rug is going to be pulled out from under you and you're going to have to make some big changes. He says these are changes that you've always wanted to do and it will allow you to have your true nature surface. Your true
90 seconds.
to be the creative type that you are. He says, like me, you're creator. He says, I want you to create everything the way you see it and that you will have the ability to do so. So basically, your father wants to say he's a creative type. He sees that for you. He's giving you a personal message of joy, and he's rushing it because I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to rush it. He's rushing it because he knows we're at the end of the show. So he's actually trying to tell you, don't be afraid of the change. It's all for the good.
Seconds.
It's all about, see, this mess. Yeah.
How we can possibly get to join him too.
Okay. So let me just summarize what just happened so it's not overlooked, okay? And we'll go to the mom question in a second. What you have received here is encouragement to be on your divine path. Okay? You're going to have big changes. All right. So, and big changes are good for you. Cataclysmic changes, and you're going to be doing work that's creative in the healer. Remember, it's a creative healer type. Okay. So that's the thing that's going on with you. It might have something to do with mom as well. Who knows? Because he says the rug's going to be pulled out from under your feet, and you're going to have big changes, cataclysmic changes. And let's go to mom. Hold on.
10 seconds.
She'll be with us soon, but don't rush it. He says, let her take her time. She can do this in her own time. He says, soon it will be difficult for her to move her lungs in breathing, and then she will be ascending into spirit. He says she does want to come to spirit, as you know. So I'm confirming that for you. Okay, so she must every now and then say things to you like, I just want to go, maybe when she has a lucid moment. I want to be with dad, or where is dad? Where's your father? She's wanting to come. He says she's wanting to come now and that it won't be too much longer. He says, delight in every moment with her and also delight in every moment in your life. He says, both passing to spirit as well as birth is important, just as being in spirit is important. He says each and every moment of every experience is important. He says he does not want you to look at death as an end, only a new beginning, not only for mom, but also for yourself. He says, remember the changes are coming for you, and it's going to be very exciting. Okay, well, that will be it for you today, Claudia. Yeah, you've got a lot of things to look forward to. Thank you, love. Take care, honey. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And Melissa, I'm sorry I couldn't get to you, honey, but I will be doing this again next week. And tonight I have a radio show where I do more mediumship as well as regular readings at 10 p.m. on AskASK1, the number 1 radio, radio.com. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to join my mailing list, please go to Spirit Medium. Laura.com. On the upper right is an opportunity to join my mailing list to be in the contest to win a free session with me. Every month I have a new winner. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful day, and I look forward to doing this with you again next week. Bye.